All right. Tonight is Tuesday. I don't know why I just started off the team call so weird. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys tonight about going from struggles to success. And last week we had our team call on new coach success, which we're doing every last Tuesday of the month to focus on new coaches and success within new coaches. But I kind of wanted to touch on something that I feel is a very hot topic. So 2018, I have seen and felt a lot of struggle within my own personal life and others. And I know what happens when shit hits the fan. Okay, first off, I'm going to get a little colorful tonight. So if you guys have kiddos in the room, earmuffs, I don't want to be paying anyone dollars if they're like Gage and make me pay $1 for colorful word. But so I've been in conversations with so many coaches, and there's coaches I know that are going to watch this recording that are currently going through a struggle or have gone through a struggle. And what happens is the majority of the time when you go through a struggle, no matter what it is, you pull back from your business. And oftentimes it leads to you losing track on your own wealth or health and fitness goals, your mental health, finances, everything. And over the course of the last year, there's been losses, there's been divorces, there's been bankruptcies, there's been, other things like new babies and new relationships and moving and, new careers and all this stuff. And so many people end up putting Beachbody on the back burner because they're like, okay, well, I'll get to it when life settles down. Like, how many of you guys have said, I'll get to it when life settles down? Oh, I'll come back to coaching, or I'll come back to my program, or I'll come back to Shakeology, or whatever it is when life settles down. Good to know that your kids use colorful language, Vanessa. They fit right in. Speaking of a kid and colorful language, now I have to have, what do you want? What do you want? What do you need? Okay. Sorry, guys. So I know, so I'm going to, I wish he was out of the room right now. Gage, can you get out of the room, please, baby? I know, but I need to talk about something that you can't be in here for. Just tell him outside the door, and then you can go back upstairs. Okay. So I'm going to be real and vulnerable with you guys. All of you guys know that I personally went through some shit this year. And, I was on Marco with Dana, and I've been talking to Jill, and I've been talking to other coaches, and I'm like, I take full responsibility for kind of failing as a mentor, as a leader. And I never thought in a million years, but I let Beachbody go on sort of a back burner. And I stopped posting in team pages. You guys know that I was very absent for team calls a lot of the times, and I wasn't showing up like I needed to. And it was a struggle. It was a struggle because instead of leaning in on the people that I needed the most, I pulled away because I felt like, I don't know if you guys are anything like me, but when I'm going through shit, I feel like the more I talk about it, the more I speak it into existence, and the more shit happens. And if I keep it to myself, then that shit's going to resolve itself. Right. But little do we know that shit never happens. Why do we continue to do that? Right. Become aware of it and let that shit go. Just let it go. And that's something that I've been working on, especially with the book Untethered Soul. But so from July or June to all through August, I was kind of falling off the track as a leader. And I noticed, I'm like, Dana would ask me, the team page is so quiet and what's going on with everybody. And I just remember on so many team calls and national wake up calls where they're like, you can't expect your coaches to do what you're not doing. And I'm like, well, my coaches aren't showing up and the team's not showing up and they're not being loud and, up in the team page anymore because I stopped doing that. So why would they do that? They probably felt like I abandoned them or whatnot. And so I'm sitting here and I'm, talking to other coaches and their struggles and what they're going through. And, and I'm sitting there like, why couldn't I be telling myself these words when I was going through the hardship? And I see so many goals and so many amazing heartfelt whys, why people become coaches and what they want to achieve and what they need to achieve in order to, pay their rent or, bring, whatever it is. But sometimes this is a need. Sometimes this is like mandatory. Like we have to make it a priority. And so I did a lot of thinking and a lot of self-evaluation. And I'm like, how can I be better? Well, I've been super present ever since the summer team call series ended. For those of you that were on the team calls where we teamed up with a bunch of other leaders over the course of the summer, I've been really focused and using integrity with the top team call topics and making sure I'm plugging in really good topics and trainings and stuff for you guys, because I want to give you guys stuff to implement. But tonight I wanted to give you guys a little bit of motivation, a little bit of like tough love. Maybe we could cry together. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. So just bear with me. Oh, see, there it goes. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just want you guys to know that it is November, and being November, we could be like, oh, you know what? Well, November, it's the holidays, December's next month, and people are going to start panicking because, God forbid, they don't have money to spend on Christmas presents because we always got to make Christmas extravagant and all that hoo-ha, and then Thanksgiving, and you got to buy the big turkey, and you got to plan all this stuff. Why work on my fitness goals? Why do any of that when I have all this stuff going on? This is the exact reason why we should link hands and join together and work, and not just work on our business, but make it a priority and make our goals a priority. Because I know y'all don't like paying for Shakeology out of pocket. I know that. Hey, who does? I know y'all want to have your Christmas paid for, right? Like, do you guys, I don't know, do you want to go to Hawaii for Christmas? I don't know what you want to do, but like, the sky's the limit. But the thing is, we can't be pulling ourselves back. We can't be putting Beachbody on the back burner. We can't be putting our health and fitness on the back burner anymore. Like, I talk to so many women every day and they're like, oh, well, I'm going on vacation in 2 weeks, so I'll start the program after that. I'm like, why? Why not get a 2-week head start? Like, why in our mentality, like why in our mindset think it's okay to put off what we really want out of life because of something coming up, right? Does that make any sense to you guys? I mean, we've all done it. Let's be real. We've all done it. Like, oh, well, Super Bowl's coming up, so I'm just going to not do that program. Or, like when 80-day obsession was coming up, I'm like, well, I have two vacations in between. Like 80 days, that's a long time. I did it. And I worked out on the program, or I worked out when I was on vacation. But the thing is, I wasn't always like that. And still sometimes I'm like, oh, well, this is coming up today, so I'm going to put off my power hour until later and I'm going to squeeze it in. Because we also do that. Or like if there's a struggle, like I'm going to be real with you guys. When I was going through my really shitty relationship, there was times where I couldn't get on team calls because like I have been crying and my eyes were swollen and I couldn't breathe. And like I would ask Dana to host the call, or I'd ask someone else to host the call, and I wouldn't even show up. But I'm like, I am not showing up. Like I'm putting other things, like, yes, I was trying to mend a broken relationship and that was shitty on my part, but I was putting things that weren't important over things that were important, if that makes any sense to you guys. And I wanted to first show up and let you guys know that I'm never going to fucking do that. Colorful. I'm never going to do that again, but I want to be here to help you guys achieve what you want by the end of the year, whatever it is. I know some of you guys have been coaches for a really long time and you're like, you know what? I'm ready. I'm going full balls to the wall. I don't even understand that statement, by the way. Or maybe you've been a coach for a little bit and you're like, okay, well, I've teetered in and out of Beachbody. I don't know if this is for me. Maybe I'll go, whatever it is. But the thing I want to have you think about tonight is, no matter what you've gone through this year or this month, or even the course of the last 5 years, whatever it is, understand that everyone has struggled. Everyone has struggled. Everyone has lost. Everyone has, hurt and been in pain in some way, shape, or form, right? Or been stressed or had anxiety, depression somewhere. The great thing about this company is that you are able to achieve better in every area of your life, whether it's health, mindset, support and community, finances. And we need to start leaning in on that. The same goes with this team. We need to start leaning in and counting on each other when the going gets tough. I have a coach on here. She's on here live. I'm not going to call her out, but she thought about quitting. But then we had a little chat and she's like, you know what? She canceled, right? She canceled and it didn't clear all the way. She's like, this is a sign. This is a sign that I need to be here. This is a sign that I need to stay a Beachbody coach. And guess what? Every day I see her sharing her story. Every day I see her showing up for herself. And it's the greatest thing. You know, I firmly believe that everything happens for a reason. You guys are all put on this team, in this earth, on this, I was going to say on this continent. Continent's not bigger than this earth. But you guys understand what I'm saying. You were put here for a reason. You guys all have different goals. You all have different lifestyles. Some of you are moms. Some of you are brand new moms. I mean, we have 2 babies on the call. I don't know where Emily's little baby is, but I'm sure she's close by. But, you know, some of you are girlfriends. Some of you have fur babies. We all have different lives and we all have different goals. But I promise you, we can all benefit from getting healthier. I promise you, we can all benefit from getting a better mindset. I promise you we can all benefit from getting a little extra cash in our pocket. Am I right? Like, any of you would like extra money at all? Like, do you want to go on a trip next year and have it paid for? Do you want to, I don't know what you guys want. I don't know what tickles your fancy. Do you want to buy a new pair of Nikes? Do you want to buy diapers? Like we talked about, if you want to buy diapers, like that's huge, right? So the thing of it is you can use your struggle as fire. You can share it on social media. You could come to terms with the fact that you're going through something hard or that you went through something hard. Because chances are there's so many women just like you who are currently going through the same shit or have gone through the same shit and feel like they are alone, feel like they're stuck between a rock and a hard place and there's no light at the end of the tunnel. No matter what that struggle is. And, you know, it's really hard to be vulnerable. It's really hard. I'm going to bring up one of my coaches that is not on the call tonight, but her name's Katrina Meyer. And she recently did a post, and I'm only sharing this because she did a post herself, but Katrina recently lost a baby. And it was really hard. And she talked about it on social media after she was able to heal from it and stuff, and she brought it on social media. And it was really hard. You know, it was hard telling her family. It was hard telling her coaches and everything. And she could very well have shut down and not done anything with anything, but she's using it as a reason. Like there's a reason things happen, and she's using it to share with other women out there. And there were so many loves on her post, like, oh my gosh, I went through something similar recently. And she just had so much compassion and so much passion from other people. So just because you're going through something and you haven't necessarily healed from it yet, doesn't mean coming aware of it and sharing it with others, that may help you heal faster, because you're going to be able to relate and connect with other people that have gone through a similar situation with you. Now, my heart, I mean, any loss is sad and upsetting. And the fact that this happened to Katrina was terrible and very sad. But the thing is, she is growing, and she is an amazing, strong mom. She has a baby named Lily. She has a son named Logan, and they're coming together as a family, and they're growing from it. They're not letting that hold them back in life. And, you know, whether you've lost a job or your car broke down or anything that hurts at the moment, anything that hurts, it's not going to hurt forever. You are going to be able to mend and get through and push past it. But you have to learn from, and the one focus that you can always, I'm sorry, I'm like stammering all over the place. The one place that you can lean in on to get through hard times is personal development. And I guarantee if you guys have read Brené Brown, she is going to rock your world in that area. You Are a Badass, Girl Wash Your Face, and the book I'm reading right now, Untethered Soul. I don't know the author of that one, but Girl Wash Your Face isn't as deep. Like, it's more like your girlfriend's talking shit and like playing, like, with you. But Brené Brown and Untethered Soul are some really deep, like, helping you heal from inside kind of conversation or kind of books. Sorry, I don't know if you guys heard my ding. My phone's hooked up to my iMac. So I want some a little bit of engagement right now. And I want to know what it is that you're after by the end of the year. What do you want with either your health and fitness, your Beachbody business? What do you want? I want you guys to unmute yourself or post in the chat box, whatever it is. I want you guys to be completely honest and share. No judgment here. I don't care if you want to make a buck. I don't care if you want to take a trip to Italy. What is your goal? Sure, everybody. There's 8 of you on here. There's going to be 8 of you that shares. No goal too small, no goal too big. And Candy, you could share Jasmine's too. That's right. That's right. Is my chat frozen? I don't see anything coming in. Oh, okay. Afford childcare and pay all my other bills without struggling. Yes, that's awesome. Jessica, just out of curiosity, how much is childcare for your daughter? Or how much, like a dollar sign, how much would you need? Because this is how we're going to break it down. $1,000. Okay. Okay. Financial freedom, stay home with the kids, go to Hawaii whenever I want, lose the last 20 pounds and gain mass lean muscle. Yes. I just want to be able to be healthy enough to live my best, don't give a fuck life. Yes. Finally hit my body goals, get past self-doubt, and not only stop being paycheck to paycheck, but be able to save. No health restrictions. Awesome. 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 Okay. So when it comes to being healthy, hitting your body goals, losing your last 20 pounds, all of that stuff, you guys know that being a product of the product is huge. Making time, not finding time, making time for your workouts every single day. I mean, granted, if you're only doing Lift 4, obviously only 4 days a week, but making time for yourself first and foremost. That is the most important. That and personal development is the most important thing that you can do for yourself, whether or not you're a coach, and you should do it every day. Whether or not you're a hobby coach, discount coach, whatever, make sure that you're investing time for yourself, your physical and your mental health. I want to be refocused on nutrition. Working out is now my comfort zone. I am foods bitch. Christine, I know that you tried it before and you're a container kind of girl, but the 2B mindset is like, I'm telling you, girl, there's so much freedom with the 2B mindset. And good, you're starting 2B now. Yes, good. That's going to help you tremendously. Want to hit diamond halfway there. Awesome, Candy. Just having a tough time jumping back in since it gets harder every time I've fallen away. Well, no more falling, girlfriend. You're back. You're on team calls. You got Jazz as a coach. Absolutely. You're going to rock it. Okay. Get toned up. Yes. So for those of you that are working on the physical aspects, make sure that you are focused on making yourself a priority first and foremost. We already talked about that. Those of you that need that income, not wanting to live paycheck to paycheck, needing to help with other bills, needing to help pay for childcare, the best thing that you can do is invest time into your business as well. Just an hour a day. Emily, I sent you the template for the power hour today, but I was going to add it to the Big Team Pages doc section, but I realized that Dana sent it or added it in there last month. If you guys need guidance for a live power hour or for a power hour, go in the file section in the team page, and it's broken down into 10-minute increments. So if you can only do half an hour in the morning and half an hour in the evening, do it. Or if you have 3 hours a day, do it 3 times. It doesn't matter if you're doing time blocks, like half an hour here, half an hour there, or 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 10 minutes there, or if you're doing it a chunk at a time. But it's broken down in the activities that you can do to be successful, period. Candy, this is actually for you and anyone else that wants to go diamond. So I was on a Star Diamond call this morning, and she was talking, it was Molly Aspen. She's a Star Diamond coach of some rank, shape, or form. But she was talking about how she is a numbers girl and tells her coaches, like, you need to do this in order to get, like, she's very analytical. When I'm not very analytical, but I understand some of you guys are analytical, so I'm going to share it with you guys. So we all know that 1 out of every 10 people you talk to will sign up, right? On average, 1 out of every 10. If you're building your business by yourself to diamond, you need 12 coaches. 12 coaches. That's 8 coaches and 2 emeralds. So you need 12 coaches, okay? So that means you need to invite 120 people. 120 people. Now, some of you are like, oh my gosh, I'm getting super overwhelmed. Oh my God, and I just talked to Emily this morning about not getting overwhelmed. Oh my gosh, she's going to be like, what? Okay, here's the thing. That's not hard to do, because if you work your business 5 days a week, say you talk to 5 people, 5 times 5, that's 25 people. That's 25 new people that you've talked to this week. Next week, you do the same thing. That's 50 people you've talked to. I'm not saying, okay, guys, team calls up, go talk to 120 people right now. Go invite 120 people. You guys would be like, no, you're welcome, Candy. See, that's why I brought it to you guys, because I figured some of you guys might like that. Me, I'm just like, I don't know, just paint a picture of a flower or something, I don't know. But you could break it down. And the thing is, no matter what you have to devote to the business, whether it's 1 hour, whether it's 3 hours, you can say, I'm going to invite 5 people this day, or 10 people this day, or whatever. And you're going to break it down to what you need. The best thing for your business is building your business by getting coaches. Yes, because you can get residual income from Team Cycle bonus. So you're not always banking on your commission alone. Just a heads up. Team Cycle bonus is the way to go. But you don't just want discount coaches. Okay. We're not going to get overwhelming here. I know I'm already saying, like, what are we talking about here? Okay. So one out of every 10 on average will sign up. Gotta ask 120 coaches or people to coach. Let me go back. There was and if you have fallen off the wagon or fallen off your Beachbody journey at all, the best way you can do is just jump back in. I know it's hard to jump right back in, but just pretend it's fresh. Because when you first signed up as a coach, you were so excited, and we were doing Brazil butt lift, or whatever we were doing back then. I think it was Brazil butt lift, right? But you were so excited. So just like try to get that excitement again. Whether you're doing a new program, this goes for everybody, whether you're doing a new program after jumping back in, or you've fallen off the wagon and you're trying, like, the worst thing that I have found is when you have fallen off the wagon, jumping back in a program that you've tried to do and you've failed at. The best thing that I have found is restarting a new program. And Lift 4 was my jam, probably because it was only 4 days a week. But, Tony was browsing the Beachbody library and he asked about Brazil butt lift. He asked if you did that to get your booty. It was Autumn. Thank you very much. But the best thing that you can do is act as if you're brand new, because people, like, it's hard for you mentality to be like, okay, I'm back again. Instead of just saying you're back again, just be like, you know what? Here I am. I'm showing up. This is a new program. I'm doing it. I'm taking control. We're rocking it. And no more falling off. No more excuses. No more letting shit stand in the way, because you got big goals. We all want tight abs and a nice booty and a full bank account, right? Hey. I mean, that sounds all good. So, all right. I think there was, yes, get toned up. With self-doubt, that personal development, huge. And one thing, actually, Emily, I hope you don't mind that I'm going to share with everyone what you talked about this morning. So Emily thought of a great way to share what she's learning through personal development. Well, that's also going to help keep her accountable, but add value to her audience. And she's going to kind of like cliff note it and share like her biggest takeaways and what she's doing to implement what she's learning through what she's reading. And I loved that idea. So Emily, I hope you don't mind that I shared that little tidbit, but personal development, you guys, that's another thing that's easy not to do, but it's also so easy to do. And I know a lot of you are like, I can't get into books, or if I sit there and read and flip pages and I forget about what I read, then what you can do is you can listen to audibles, you can listen to podcasts, you can meditate, you can pray. There's so many different forms of social or of personal development that you can get in. You're not just stuck with a being a page flipper. Okay. I'm a very visual person, and there's times where I will read a book and I cannot get into it, whether it's too okay, I'm going to use a word that I'm not sure is a word. Scientifical? That's a word, right? That's not a word? No, you just said no. It's too scientifical for me. There's too much big words. And I'm like, half the time I'm like, I don't understand what this person's talking about. Like I have to go to Urban Dictionary to figure out what shit means or something. Then I just put that book away. That book's not meant for me. Just because everyone on this planet is reading it doesn't mean that I need to read it. And there's times when you will think that you need a book and it's not what you need at all at that time. It's okay to stop a book. Okay. I want you to give yourself grace, because I know a lot of you have forced yourself to read a book from start to finish because that's the thing to do, right? But there's times where you need something different, and that's okay to give yourself grace. Put that book away for now and then come back to it later. Or maybe not at all. Maybe that's never going to be your jam. But the best thing that you can do is read personal development. Read it, listen to it, watch it, some way, shape, or form. You've got to do it for yourself, you guys. Girl Wash Your Face was like that for me. I tried to read it and couldn't. Like 8 months later on Audible, obsessed. Oh yeah. Does Rachel actually read it herself? Oh, I could listen to her and her husband talk like all freaking day long. I'm like, and by the way, y'all better get your asses to Summit, because Rachel is going to be at Summit. That is so excited. I'm like gonna fangirl all over the place. Okay. So you guys all have big goals. Jazz and I have our tickets. Yeah! Oh my gosh, Jasmine at Summit. She's probably all embarrassed over there because I keep talking about it. Okay, I'm done, Jasmine. I'm done. Okay, so you guys all said it. You guys have big goals. You guys have amazing goals that deserve to be achieved. You have to be willing to put in the work. You have to be willing to do the work to get you there, right? Like Beachbody and Misfit Republic, there's all these trainings to build the blueprint of your house. You actually have to put the hammer to the nail. Yeah, I did it right, even though I held my hands wrong. You have to be willing to do it. Are you willing to do it? And the thing is, so I kind of switched up my affirmations this morning and I noticed a huge difference. Oh, here, I'm going to tell you. Hold on. There's one that I actually got from a podcast. I am worthy of following my dreams and manifesting my desires. Like that right there, I'm worthy of following my dreams, because I think so many of us doubt ourselves and we're like, am I worthy of success? Am I worthy of, getting out of debt? Am I worthy of reaching my physical fitness goals? Like we get in our heads because we always feel like we're like not enough or whatever, or we've been stuck in this place of contentment for so long that that's what we got used to. But words of affirmation, you're writing your words of affirmation every morning. Do yourself a favor, even if you think it's silly at first, even if you're like, oh my gosh, I can only write, I believe in myself so many times before I'm telling you, I thought self-help books was a crock when I first started reading them. I promise you. Then I got into The Gifts of Imperfection. It was the book that changed my life and the way I viewed personal development. But try writing words of affirmation. They're going to change your mindset, and they're going to change your belief system that you have on yourself. So the goals that you guys all just shared, believe that you can achieve them. That's the first thing, the first step that it takes to get there, is you have to have belief. And the thing that we can start doing for each other is breathing belief into each other. Going into the team page, showing up. I want to start celebrating all y'all's success. Like, go in there and be like, oh my gosh, I invited the first person to a challenge group in over 6 months. Or I just invited a first person to coaching in all of coaching. Or, small successes. I want everyone in there blowing that page up, sharing everything. Whether you lost 2 pounds or you put down, the tater tots and you grabbed some more broccoli, whatever it is, I want to share those. Don't laugh at me, Christine. You know what I'm talking about. As I say, as a truth mom here, my son had a fundraiser recently, and I bought $70 worth of Otis Spunkmeyer cookies. So I love my son. Apparently I didn't love my waistline. I wanted him to win the big prize. Anyways, so I'm going to be eating a plethora of broccoli, not so many cookies. Oh my God. Anyways, that's besides the point. So make sure that you are breathing belief in yourself and in each other, and we're celebrating. Celebrate. I don't care what it is. If you feel good about it, share it. Message me. I want to make posts about it. I want the team page. I want everyone in that team page to be like, oh my gosh, well, if she can do it, I can do it too. Oh my gosh, she got there, I can do it too. I just want this fire to light and keep burning throughout the end of the year, because I know, especially in the Pacific Northwest, here comes the Great Depression, because the sunshine goes away and all the rain comes, and that's not fun for anybody. And then Christmas comes and people get sad and all that stuff. And so instead of that, I want to amplify the goodness and amplify the happiness and amplify the success that everyone's having. So can we do that together? Yes? Yes? You guys look super excited about it. I need some yes, headbang, do something. Yes. Okay. All right. See, Vanessa's baby's like, hey, this lady's crazy. I like her. All right. Okay. Does anyone have any questions before I stop the recording? Is that vacuuming really loud? Why are you vacuuming right now? All right.